and let us all do we can to build a better future.
So Fred Hampton Leftists are hosting their 3-day GeneralStrike Summit meeting, and this is going to be fundamentally important towards how we can actually build infrastructure for much needed change. Across the country, we're seeing workers from nurses to factory workers, people of different job professions walking off and demanding more. In 2020, our government abandoned us. Your favorite Democratic and Republican lawmakers did nothing to bail us out. They bailed out the corporations, they bailed out the top 1%, but they didn't help out working class citizens. It's time for the people to step up and start demanding more. And through this GeneralStrike Summit, we're hearing different perspectives from a lot of progressive activists, community organizers, pundits, and people who are actually been involved in regards to speaking truth to power. But the thing is, with a movement like this, with the GeneralStrike Summit meeting, it's going to get its own share of people who are going to be critical of it. It's the same group of people who were critical of forced to vote. It's the same group of people who are against the March for Medicare for All. Look, I know there's a lot of progressive infighting, and I have no idea how to fix it. But here's the thing. To those who are being critical of the General Strike movement, what is your solution? For those who have larger platforms or have the coveted blue check mark, what is your solution? What is your counter proposal? I'm open to hear it. I want to see it. Because right now, a lot of Americans, a lot of activists, a lot of community organizers, working class people, we can't afford to wait on these politicians. The progressives that were elected into Congress that were supposed to bring the ruckus are not bringing the ruckus. They're either bullying, they're either crying when being bullied to turn their no vote to a present vote. They're either saying that Biden is exceeding expectations or silent on any other issues at all. We cannot rely on politicians, so it's up to the people. So where are the progressive leaders? These establishment people that we elected into Congress, they're nowhere to be seen. So this GeneralStrike Summit that we're seeing is needed. It is there to prove a point. It is there to say that it's time for people to step up. It's time for people to demand action. And to those who are trying to dismiss this, like, again, how larger media platforms were dismissing forced to vote and the March for Medicare for All, what is your solution? Now, I want to play this first video. This video clip is actually from Fred Hampton Leftists, and they're speaking a lot of truth to power. There's been a lot of criticism towards Hassan Piker, and he's been kind of critical towards the GeneralStrike Summit. But again, I have to say, for those being critical of what the Fred Hampton Leftists are doing, what is your solution? What is your proposal? Do you have one? Let's hear them speak about this.
All the people that are now AOC Stands I didn't see none of those motherfuckers when I was out there organizing, working, volunteering, giving my time, giving my money when I was unemployed, broke, okay? We were back in AOC, all right? And none of them were there. And now all of a sudden, all the people that fought to get her elected are the ones that feel most hurt. And she has abandoned those people that put her in the position of power. And we are critical of her.
Hey, Kamali, what happened to those people that was protesting and supporting Cory Bush with the homeless crisis going on? That's still happening right now. What happened to that? And then they want, because you know why I went to General Strike? That's part of it. The homelessness crisis that you are not solving through electoral politics, and Hassan Piker knows that. So if Hassan Piker knows that electoral politics is not going to solve the crisis of the homelessness problem, then he's abandoning it.
Yeah, which he can easily do because he's a millionaire and it's not an urgent issue for him. And this is what we've been trying to tell you guys. They know the things that we are saying is true. I honestly feel like if you have a platform that large as Hassan Piker, look, we're a small channel. We were able to get all these people together for a GeneralStrike Summit. You guys know how many hours we put in doing this? You know how many late nights we had, how many late meetings we had, and I'm working a full-time job. We put in a lot of work to do this. Now, if you're Hassan Piker and you have the platform that he has, imagine what he could have done with the connections that he has. No, he doesn't want to do it. He wants to sit down and he wants to play video games with AOC and he wants to shit on activists and he wants to sit up here and criticize a group of Black people. So fuck that. When he sits up there and tries to say that he cares about Black issues, that he cares about working class issues, Don't say nothing to him on Twitter because he is showing you who he really is. Let him reveal himself.
This is what happens when someone doesn't have a sense of urgency. When you have people like me who have that sense of urgency, and then you shit on us for wanting to actually make change, you're basically saying that I don't matter. Just shut up and just pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That's some capitalistic bullshit.
All right. Look, let's be very clear here. What we're seeing. The purpose of this general strike is to inspire people to get involved and inspire people to step up. We've covered this on Hard Lens Media, and so have numerous other independent media networks. Workers are on strike. Workers are tired of being abused. Workers are tired of being put on the front line and not getting anything in return. Wages have not increased. Our politicians have gold-plated health care, and those in the establishment media ignore our situation. And those larger progressive channels, when it comes time for them to step up, they're nowhere to be seen. But when people like Jimmy Dore does something for Force to Vote, or when we see something for March to Medicare for All, when we see something like what the Fred Hampton leftists are doing with the hashtag 3-day GeneralStrike Summit meeting that we're seeing here, it's needed because we realize we can't rely on politicians to save us. We have to show these politicians that we could do this without them. And I'm proud to say that Hard Lens Media, myself, I will actually be part of the General Summit meeting tomorrow on Saturday. And so I want to end this story on a positive note. I want to play a video of all the heroic speakers and activists, organizers, and progressive journalists that will be participating in this much-needed event. So let's play this video. Joy Gray. Right there. There you go. Awesome. There we go. Pause right there. Hey, look at that. Hard Lens Media. Awesome right there. Just had to give us a big promo. Thank you, Fred Hampton Leftists, for actually giving us this opportunity to actually be part of this 3-day General Strike Summit meeting. It's much needed, and I can't wait to talk about the need for free speech. But I'll be, again, tune in for everyone for this weekend, everyone. Do it. Watch everyone speak. So there we go. Let's play the rest of this video. Study QB. just to wrap up this entire story, I just want to let everyone know that this General Strike Summit meeting that we're seeing, that will be happening tomorrow and on Sunday. That's
There's
still
a
happening
question
even
I've had
today.
for a very long time, and
Let's
it has
go
to
ahead
do
and-
with this map.
Right, there we go. As
This
I
is
was
a map
saying,
of the 18 states in the U.S.
this
where
summit meeting that's
Democrats
happening
control
today,
the
tomorrow, and on Sunday, we must continue on the push. We must continue on the fight for this general strike. Because we need to start pushing forward without the politicians. We hoped for the politicians, we hope for these progressives that we elect into office to raise a ruckus, and they're not going to do it. The midterms are just going to be a propaganda disaster for the Democrats. And going into 2024, Trump is going to run again, and we're going to deal with the same neoliberal corporate Democrat propaganda. It's time for independents, progressives, Greens, libertarians, socialists, even, yes, Democratic and Republican voters, to realize that the two-party system is not working for us. Nothing will fundamentally change if we rely on these politicians. This General Strike Summit that's being led by the great people at the Fred Hampton Leftist channel, the Fred Hampton Leftist News Network, they're doing a lot of great stuff, and I urge everyone to continue to support what's happening, and be sure to check out their live streams tonight, tomorrow, and on Sunday. They're doing a lot of great work, and it's I'm really happy that Hardlands Media, myself, will be able to participate in this awesome event, and we must continue to go forward.